Roger Jefferson. And in just a moment, we'll hear from our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And right now, a brief look at the power rankings here at the end of November. It's interesting to see how the teams compare. Taking a look at Minnesota, they're still dominant, sitting at number 1 once again.
And, you know, right now, the Grizzlies, they've really come together. You can see the confidence in their body language, playing with that sustained focus. That's why they're leading this division.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. We've got Morant, Edey out there with Jackson. Then it's MP. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard position. And for the Timberwolves, Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Rice in at the point guard position. Taking a look at Minnesota, they've been perfect so far in the NBA Cup. A 3-0 record.
And I have a feeling their NBA Cup run is just getting started. They look totally locked in. This is a team I would not want to face in the knockout rounds.
And then when you talk about the Grizzlies, remember now, this is their last group stage game in the Cup. They're sitting at 2-1.
So to advance into the quarterfinals, they have to win here on the road. This is a major test for this team.
And for MP in this last group stage game, it's very important for him to have a great performance.
Yeah, MP has to be happy with his team's position in this final group stage game. All you can ask for is a chance to advance. Remember, MP's made it known he wants to lift that NBA Cup.
Here's Morant. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. And Morant throws it down.
It's just so much fun to watch Ja fly. The way this man can take off is so impressive.
Pass to Rice. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Outside, Edwards. 5 to shoot. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Edwards got his second bucket tonight.
Agile move off the contact by Edwards, getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
Here's Morant. And it's Rice with the rebound.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
That shot off. The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
Outside, Edwards. Outside for Randall. A fader. McDaniels gets a wide open look. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. There's the lob to Jackson. It's stolen by Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Here's Coward. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
That's great.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Here's Rice. Here's McDaniels. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Tonight, it's all about how they deal with the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach said it's simple. We cannot allow Morant to get downhill. That's it. The hard part is actually executing that game plan. Ja has so many moves. He's so quick and relentless. We can't lose track of him even for a moment. Kevin, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. Here's Rice. Following the basket by Ja Morant. Pass to Rice. And here's Randall, guarded by Jackson. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Timberwolves. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Memphis. They're right in third place now.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
Now here's McDaniel. Following the miss by Ja Morant. Memphis moving it around. The shot's good.
Gets the ball inside and gets it done. Nice work by MP.
Randall kicks to Reed. Rice passes to Randall. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's hauled in by MP. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Morant left side to the inside. Jackson dishes to MP. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. MP's got his second basket of the night. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
McDaniels with the ball. Covered by MP. Randall from outside. And it's MP with the rebound. And so MP will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Yeah, they weren't doing themselves any favors missing all those free throws. You could sense the frustration mounting as the game went on.
So it's the Grizzlies now. 6-point game. Outside Jackson.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Connects from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now here's Edwards. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Randall passes to Edwards. And that one, good. 8 points for Anthony Edwards.
Well, you see the size and the strength. And that ability inside. Edwards can play like a power forward at times.
Now here's Morant. 38 points for him last game against Houston.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Edey. And that's a foul called on Naz Reid. That's his first foul. First team foul. Now, here's MP. Jackson, a screen on McDaniel. 6 to shoot, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And smooth dish from MP. That's talent and teamwork.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Pass to Rice. Randall left side. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's McDaniel. He has yet to score. Here's Rice. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. And now just a 4-point Grizzly lead. Grizzlies have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
Randall outside. Back to Edwards. Puts up a deep 3, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
It's Morant with the drive, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Looks like it could be a big night for him. Very strong start here in the first quarter.
Edwards dishes to McDaniels. pass to Randall. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Now Jackson. He's defended by Randall. Here's Coward. And here is MP. 3 on the clock. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Despite his youth, MP showing grown man strength.
Edwards with it. He's got 11. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And this is the 4th and final game of the NBA Cup group stage of play for these two teams. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Randall's checked in. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Coward. Memphis moving that ball around. On the wing, MP. He's defended by Randall, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Oh, crafty move there from MP to get to the foul line. The young man, fearless inside.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Wells is checked in, and he makes both free throws. Timberwolves leading by 6. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Terry is out there with Clark, and it's Anderson in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. No good from Clark. And for Memphis, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Randall finds Clark, shoots the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that will be the first game of 5 straight at home.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Here's a look at some stats for Julius Randle. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's getting around 28 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
MP with a terrific finish on the alley-oop.
What execution. MP getting up high for that finish.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Wells kicks to Morant. Here's Coward. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 8 here in the quarter.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Houston really lit up the floor. He dropped 24 points, and he was dealing assists all around. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
All right, Allie, great stuff as always. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Yeah, an underrated ball handler. Randall can beat you off the dribble. He keeps pressure on the defense.
Some changes for Memphis. Buford comes in for Brandon Clark. And it's Jackson in for Wells. Inside, here's MP. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And that's a veteran move from MP, using the pump fake to bait the defense.
Since the break, he's definitely been more aggressive. Remember, he didn't take any free throws in that first half.
Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Buford. To the left wing. Jackson against Randall. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Grizzlies have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. And they call an illegal screen here. And how about we check the numbers for Zach Edey?
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Outside Edwards. Edwards, he is a bruiser.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let Ant cook.
MP outside. Back to Morant. To the left side wing. Down low. MP going right to the rim.
This gives you an idea of MP's potential. It shows the type of scorer he can become.
For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. McDaniels on the wing. Back to Randall. Banked in off the glass. And that's 13 points for Julius Randle.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the paint, here's Jackson. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Clark's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backdoor.
Now here's Edwards. Defense right on him. Edwards with the bump and the bucket.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Jackson, a screen on McDaniel. MP passes to Morant. From deep. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
It's good.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isola. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And Memphis also making a switch. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. Here's Coward. Edey with a screen on Edwards. To the middle. Shot clock at 6.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Rice. To the paint. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
MP outside. Pass to Coward. Back to MP. Jackson setting the pick here for MP. And the dunk by Jackson.
Flashing some of his passing potential. MP with the dime.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Rice. McDaniels on the wing. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Count that one.
Let me just say this. You're going to want to put some extra tape on your ankles if you've got to guard Ja Morant, because his handle is on a string.
Takes the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Reeves got himself on the board with 3 there.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Inside, here's Edey. Gobert with the block.
Get that out of here. Gobert doing his job to protect the rim.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Timberwolves.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Jackson a screen on Edwards. MP out to Morant. From outside the arc, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Edwards, what a sweet jam by Edwards.
Aggressive drive by Edwards, going into attack mode on that
one. Morant looking around. MP outside. Edey with a screen for MP. Hit his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. And so it's Memphis with it. Morant passes to MP. And the dunk by MP.
This young kid's got some ups. MP throwing it down.
Here's Rice. Edwards fires from way outside. Misses for only the 2nd time in 12 tries. MP with it. McDaniels picks him up. MP outside. Morant outside. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Edwards. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Thanks for tuning in. The story tonight with the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're in a close game.
Depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And they've needed every bit of that bench production. It's been the difference. Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
Yeah, just overall, I admire MP's work ethic, putting in the hours at the gym, in the weight room. He got that drive to ABI.
Oh, I think I got this one. This is phonetically incorrect, but it works. Always be improving.
Oh, my. Kenny, you got it.
Oh, yes, I know it.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Starting the second half, here's Tomas Isolos foul. They've got MP. Gigi Jackson is out there with Edey. Then it's Morant, and it's Coward in at the 2.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And the shot is good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
MP against McDaniel. MP passes to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot on the wing. Minnesota with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Randall dishes to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
And you have to stay up on Edwards out there, which is dangerous because he's so good at going right around.
MP against McDaniel. Pass to Coward. And he gets it back. Back to MP. Down low. Stolen by Reed. To the inside. Here's Edwards. And it's Coward with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 6. MP looking around. Pass to Morant. Unloads. And another miss by Memphis.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Edwards finds McDaniel. Here's Rice. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Pass to Jackson. They can use a bucket. And the Grizzlies get it back. Now, here's MP. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Coward missing. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here's McDaniels. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. Edwards got 3 assists tonight.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Inside. Here's Edey, and he uses the glass on the layup. Edey's got 6.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
Outside Edwards. Reed with a screen for Edwards. Pass to Reed. Here's Rice. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Morant kicks to MP. There's the lob to Jackson, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, the Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is made. Back to you.
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
The dime courtesy of Morant. I'd love to play with Ja. He's always looking to move that ball.
Rice passes to Randall. And here is McDaniel. And finished off by McDaniel.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Back to Morant. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. 18 points for him.
Look, when you're as explosive as Ja, then opponents are going to let you take shots from deep.
It's Edwards on the wing. Right side, Reed. Here's Rice. A three-pointer off the mark. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. On the wing, MP. McDaniels defending. Pass to Morant. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
As Ja gets more consistent from range, he becomes that much much more dynamic. And that, let me just tell you, that's going to be bad news for the rest of this league.
Here's Rice. It's sent back by Edey.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside Edwards. To stop the run. Basket counts. Edwards got 28 points for the game.
And the touch on Edwards' shot is really nice. Gives it just enough power to drop in.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. Good, nice job down low. Here's Rice. Guarded by Morant. And here's Edwards from the arc.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
MP. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Now it's a 6-point Grizzly lead. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Trains it from beyond the arc. McDaniels got 7 now in this quarter.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Here's Morant. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
What I love about Morant is that he understands his strengths on offense, which is why he is so efficient.
Randall surveying the D. Pass to McDaniels. Well, Richard, it's definitely become a shooter's league. The ability to knock down threes now becoming pivotal.
Oh, I think it's fascinating to see the skills evolve and the game change. Even if, as someone who was a shooter later in his career, I feel a little bit left out.
McDaniels outside. From outside, off the mark.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game. Doing the dirty work down low.
Stolen by McDaniels. Here's Randall. No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. MP outside. Pass to Morant. Offensive rebound. Here's Coward. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. And here are some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. Well, you look at Edey, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Anderson. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 from 3-point. Checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Clark. G.G. Jackson. He's checked in for the Grizzlies. MP comes in for Jerome. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Edwards and Anderson share the wing responsibility. And it's Terry in at the point guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Edwards. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And how about the commitment from Edwards, refusing to give up on that.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
And Anderson gets it to go.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Outside Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the screen. Here's Wells. No good on the three.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Terry. It's rebounded by Memphis. MP's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Clark a screen on Terry. MP dishes to Clark. And it's Clark with the jam.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Anderson the screen. Elbow shot. Good on that shot. And with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Edwards.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside Edwards. And a miss there on the triple. Memphis leading by 9. Here's MP. MP going to work inside.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Randall kicks to Edwards. Lays it up off the glass. Edwards got 11 in the second half.
And getting aggressive and creative. Edwards finding ways to create space on the floor.
And we have a timeout called by Tomas Isolo. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. MP outside. Edey with a screen on McDaniels. MP finds Edey. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Edwards, the bounce man. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket for McDaniel.
Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
Here's Morant. Driving in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Morant's got 7 now in this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's McDaniels. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Edey picks one up.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
To the paint. Stolen by Reed. Now here's Edwards. Defense is right there. Picked by Reed. Ice. Misses the 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Fires the 3. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Edwards against MP. Pass to Jackson from downtown. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Outside Edwards. Back to Randall. Reed with a screen on Jackson. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
MP kicks to Morant. In the the center of things, Morant.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Outside, Edwards. McDaniels outside. That three off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You see it, mature beyond his years. MP sees the opening, does not hesitate.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. And it seems, Richard, sometimes the best player on a team isn't necessarily their leader. You've been on a lot of teams, a lot of great players. Do you agree?
Well, at the very least, you need your best player to be the tone setter. They don't have to be very vocal, but their work ethic and their accountability has to be the highest.
They get it back. Oh, MP with a thunderous putback.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Rice passes to Randall. They need this. Out to the right wing. And the wide open shot from Reed. No good on the triple. Memphis has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Here's Edwards. Takes the three. MP with the rebound. Now Morant.
Go, match up on Morant.
Now Edey. Pocket pass to the paint, and he punches it home.
And it's so difficult to defend Morant in a pick and roll because not only can he get his own, but he can also create passing angles in very tight spaces.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away.
Make some noise.
Here's Reed. McDaniel. Oh, that was a two-hander.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Memphis.
Shoot from 8. Jackson outside. It's Morant. MP fires. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 15. Randall. Oh, the slam dunk.
You gotta have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. MP outside. Jackson setting the pick here for MP. Stolen by McDaniels. And Edwards with a clear pass to the basket. And down it goes.
And he's got more than a few ways to beat you. Edwards will be aggressive when he has to initiate contact and create the N1 opportunity.
Memphis leading by 10. MP outside. Morant fires the three. A free ball by Morant.
What a confident shot by Morant. Gets the hot pass and puts it right up.
Now Reed. Oh, the dunk.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
17 points was their biggest margin. 1:06 left to play here in the fourth.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Memphis.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
And he was doing everything out there on the floor tonight. Triple-double on the stat sheet, and that doesn't even tell the whole story.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
MP with the rebound.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. So they finish out the NBA Cup group round as a 3-1 team.
And whether you're focused on the NBA Cup or the big picture of the regular season, early wins like these are great for your team.
Now let's go courtside with Jennifer Quintana.
Thanks, guys. You sometimes hear a player refuse to lose, but tonight you really did, MP. You were all over the glass, crossing the 20-rebound threshold in a dominating performance. Walk us through it.
If you want to be a winner, you gotta go where the winning happens. And in our game, that's the boards. I got the bruises to prove it if you don't believe me.
Well, you take care of yourself, MP. Well done.
Man, I gotta go take an ice bath.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. And that'll do it, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for watching tonight's